Do we really want to see a Reek reunion in Kansas City? Mahomes was a leading rusher for a second straight week, and we give our predictions for this upcoming matchup against the Giants on Sunday Night Football. All of this next on Chiefin.
Welcome, Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for tuning in to this Red Kingdom Media production, bringing you raw, authentic Chiefs coverage. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on your team. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Welcome to another episode of Cheetah. I'm your host, Dale Fallon, with my partner, Monty.
Let's just see that. Let's hope the Chiefs come back and show that they're regular selves.
Facts. Go Chiefs. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Chiefin. I am one of your co-hosts for the evening. I mean, it's always really us for the evening. Let me stop being boozy. It's your boy, Daily Dale, along with my brothers. I got Lonnie. I got Dre. I gotta keep the energy up because we just took an L. So let's have some smiles. We're not gonna do this tonight. How y'all feeling tonight?
Hey man, I'm on to the Giants, man. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm on. I'm good.
Same here. On to the Giants. We ain't even gonna keep talking about that. We ain't dwelling on that too long.
I mean, technically, y'all, we are about to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get into the first topic. And it's a Reek reunion. I mean, technically, we're not talking about it, but we talk about it because that game last week is why we having the conversation this week. And you know, he having his problems in Miami. We having our problems in Kansas City. However, we won 2 Super Bowls without you. You haven't won none. You need to come back so you can win some before you retire. So you have a first ballot conversation. So let's get into that first question. The Kansas City Chiefs, they suffered their second loss of the season. And this is the first time since 2014 that the Chiefs started off the season with the 0-2 record. And also, this is kind of the first time in the Mahomes Reed area as well, too, that we went 0-3. Not 0-3, but we lost the Super Bowl and then we lost the next 2 games, of course, in the regular season. So that's not really a good feeling for us Chiefs fans. So is it time for the Chiefs to reunite with Tyreek Hill?
I mean, we need some type of spark on the offense, but I mean, if I remember correctly, one of the reasons why Tyreek Hill wanted out of Kansas City was the usage and how they was using him. He didn't like he wanted for plays to call him to go deep. He didn't like the curve, the slants, and all the other stuff like that. So, and I think that would be a lot of that here in Kansas City. I get it. We'll have the deep ball and stuff like that here and there, but for the most part, it'll be what Tyreek Hill didn't like in the first place. But I mean, we need some type of spark. I mean, I was just talking to you before we went live. They talking about Odell Beckham. I mean, if we in that market, yeah. I mean, Brett Veach, pick up the phone. But at the same time, forget Tyreek Hill. You need to be calling like the Saints or something, asking them what's the price tag on Alvin Kamara or something. Like, we need a running back. That's what we need at this point, bro. Like. If you really sit back and you look at it, like the Chiefs, if you look at the Chiefs offense, you look at that running back. Like, I mean, they got a 7th rounder starting. I get it. Pop has he's been serviceable since he's been here. He's been hurt a lot. And I'm not mad at what he's done as far as the production wise or whatever like that. He's contributed to some Super Bowls and everything. But at the same time, I feel like he's reached a ceiling, and I feel like he's not going to return back to form before that injury last year. So that's what we need. We need a running back. But as far as Tyreek Hill goes, I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing my guy back in Kansas City, but we need some type of spark. But do something. I'm just do something, man. If we go 0-3 on Sunday, yeah, if I need to go to Miami to get Tyreek Hill myself, I'll go do it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah,
I'm not gonna say that they don't need him at all. I mean, that'll be far fetched. I'm not gonna say that I don't want him back because that wouldn't be true either. two things can be true. We definitely need some type of spark, and we are struggling, and he is struggling in Miami as well. So I feel like if things keep heading on that crash course, then anything is possible. We've seen things go south in a million situations, and you just start to think too. Guys like Donu Smith and Jalen Ramsey kind of got out there while the ship was kind of still sinking. They kind of got out, hurry up and flee. You can kind of see where it was going. So maybe it is going south down there in Miami, but I don't know if the Dolphins will be willing to do business and deal him back to the Chiefs where they got him from, and kind of basically turn him into a shoe-in for another Super Bowl, being that him and Mahomes have played together. So I'm just interested. These situations I feel like can go any type of way, especially when a player is disgruntled and or just wants to absolutely leave, and they're tired of the organization and don't like what's going on, and that's the type of behavior that he's exhibiting down there. So I think anything is possible. I don't want to say that I don't want Tyreek Hill, because that's an absolute lie. Him, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and somewhat of whatever we got of Hollywood Brown, I think that would be super duper dynamic. And I think it's I think it's a microcosm of everything right now. The Chiefs are 0-2. Dolphins not doing good. So you they matching the two, marrying the two back together like that. But I think the Dolphins view Tyreek Hill as a franchise player. That's why they paid him in that manner. Somebody that's kind of going to weather the storm and stick through it with Tua. So I want to just see how far they're going to let it go. See if they're going to let the emotions just spill all the way over to where somebody's probably demanding a release or demanding a trade. So just really want to see how far they're willing to take it. But I will definitely want to see if the Chiefs have been snooping around. I know I heard that they said Florio said that the Chiefs were snooping around, but I like to use Dell analogy where there's smoke, there's fire. So it may be something going on, but I don't know if they'll be willing to send him back to KC where he was already won a Super Bowl and he already has chemistry with the quarterback. That'll be like a perfect situation. But I definitely wouldn't mind having him, but I don't know how big of a chance we have of getting him. Let me put it like that.
So, be honest, we don't need him. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We need him, but we don't. If you get what I'm saying. All in all, when I put it together, the worry is, Dre, you are right. You wanted to go be the Showtime. You wanted to be the man where you was at. That's why you went there. But when you do look at what he did with Tua as well, he had a couple deep balls, but he kind of looked the same way he did in Kansas City. Eventually, because you start seeing that Tua wasn't really that. He was an underneath guy. You had to crib those slants and had to do those curl routes. You just got mad when he overthrew you last Sunday. And, the communication not there. And you had those moments with Mahomes. But you knew with Mahomes, in the big game, in those moments, he gonna get it right on the money to you and let you make a play. That's where Wasp came from. That's how you had the moments. You're in NFL history for that. So I think he wants to be back in Kansas City because he wants the feel of the game. When we talk about it, Dre and Lonnie, it's like, I think he would like to come back to win. I think he is losing the love of the game because I'm not gonna lie, I was even speaking with this on Lonnie earlier. And Dre, you might feel different about it, indifferent, but when you see like the allegations and we talk about all the children that he had with the different baby mothers, just being honest and everything like that, and his trouble with the history that we know when we hear about, it's like you're giving A-B-ish in a different way. Like you're all over the place. You're rambling. You're talking too much. You put yourself in these situations. Teams don't really want to touch that. We know what Tyreek Hill, the football player, does, but what does Tyreek, the football player, come with now? And the Chiefs have always been like that. So I think in reality, as fans, let's not get excited about that opportunity yet, because Kareem Hunt had to do a lot of work to honestly repair that relationship. It's a lot of times that we feel we should have got him back early on when we could, when everything was fine. He went through his stuff, he was out for that time, and then boom, he was with the Browns. He resigned to the Browns for a lengthier deal at that time, where maybe like, hey, we probably could have got him back then if we really needed him, but we really went in another direction because what's working. And honestly, even though it hasn't been seeming like it's working on the stat sheet, and what we talked about before in recent like years as well too, what y'all was saying about Beach early on when we was talking about in the offseason, the judgment is clouded because of the Super Bowls and the success we had. So they're not going to feel the rush to go get you yet. But you know when you come back, guess what I'm looking at right now? I'm looking at the final Super Bowl drive in Super Bowl 58, and I was seeing who was targeted. Everybody talk about Kelsey is the key focus point. It's a man that we saw a couple times on that list who helped us get downfield and set it up. Mahomes runs did it. But y'all gonna be surprised who he was looking for first. 3-4. Let's stop playing with him. He's new Kelsey. He don't mind doing the underneath, intermediate, all that. He gonna take it how he get it. That's why Kelsey wanted to get back, because he want to be on OG. Because guess what Kelsey did on that last drive? He got that little weak shovel we like to do on the goal line, get a couple yards, and it set up McCole with the touchdown. You got. And guess who's another guy we saw in there a couple times too? MVS. I'm just be real. Like, it wasn't nothing spectacular. Like, we're used to working with it. So guess who is your MVS technically now? Xavier Worthy. But I know he has that brace, and we worried about it. So a lot of things going on, and then you still got a Hollywood Brown, who, of course, it seems like he starts slow. He have a little in there, but then he picks it up over the game. Although a lot of people thought on that route, I would say when I look at it, how I view it as well too. The reason why he had to reroute like that, because he was trying to avoid a Xavier Worthy type situation again. He said, you know what? I'm going to go under a little bit more. But now we argued about why Xavier Worthy did what he did. It's the reason why he veered towards that way. Because these guys in the NFL and what the secondary have to do now, they're elite tacklers of the football. They're not Reek and everybody else, those guys like that. They've been cooking them the whole time. They're not giving up that easy, okay, I get it, one juke. We missing like y'all on the past Sunday. It's really kind of horrendous. Like, everybody's looking like, I know we're looking at the game like, damn, it's stalling out, but I'm looking at moments. I'm not lying. Like, the reason why I don't want to look at Clinton messages no more in the group, because it's low-key truthful. Like, it's really ugly. It's like, I can make an excuse for this why you did that, but like, Pop, you had one dude right there in the open field. You couldn't. And we'll talk about that in the next segment, because that's a topic about why Mahomes running a lot. But, overall, I think we would love for it to happen. I think it's going to be pretty damn impossible to happen. Because one thing I did say before I close it out and let it open back up for y'all to have y'all closing thoughts on this. The Miami Dolphins will be dumb to go ahead and sell the house for Tyreek Hill. He comes in, he produced the first couple years the top receiver in the league and all that, right? He does his part, but it's no success behind that. We seen the Chiefs win the Super Bowl twice, literally the year after he left and the year after that as well too, right? One of those years when they were on a down year, they beat us. They beat us down in the wild card game, and with Tyreek Hill locked up on L'Jarius Sneed. And they go to the Super Bowl, go to Buffalo, go to Baltimore, and still do it. I'm be honest. We later on in the show now, YouTube, thank God. I'd be damn, I would be doing that. Y'all not gonna make a fool of me. Fool me once. Shame on me. I mean, yeah. Whatever it is. No, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fool me, I have to say it wrong a little bit, right? You know how we always mess something up. But it's a fool me once, shame on you. No, shame on, yeah. No, yeah. Pretty much, they're not going to play themselves again. I think I said it right. But they're not going to play themselves again overall. I think that's the overall point I was making and going into that. So, how y'all feel about that? Any thoughts y'all have on a possible Reek reunion?
I just don't see it. Like you said, that'd be, like you broke it down the best way you could. That'd be dumb as hell to send Tyreek back give him another 2 championships to send him walking off into the sunset.
That's a perfect story.
It'll be a slap in the face to the Dolphins organization. So I just don't know. I don't see see that happening unless it's just great catastrophe and somehow, some way, this man end up getting released. And I don't know if he gets released. So I don't see that.
Yeah, they got too much money sitting on him for that.
No, I was looking at his contract. I mean, he has because I mean, if they keep him for next season, his cap hit is $51 million. But if they cut him at the end of the season, his cap hit. I mean, his dead cap. They only have to pay $15 million. So there's a possibility that I think what it's all going to boil down to is Mike McDaniel. I don't think he's going to make it through the season, and I think that when they fire him, that's when they're going to start looking at trading Jalen Waddle, a Tyreek Hill. They're going to start rebuilding and start getting draft picks. And
you go for Jalen Waddle to the Tyreek team?
No.
All right, I was just asking. I'm just saying, like he is younger, right? I mean, just being real.
Honestly, I've been thinking that too. I can see them. The Chiefs just doing that. Younger, they don't care. They really just want that youth and to see you have somewhat of an NFL background. You know how to play in the NFL. I don't think they're banking on any more of that. Kadarius Toney, let me say.
Because I mean, you look at it, Hollywood Brown next year not going to possibly be here, right? And you really want this big 3 in Kansas City, probably.
Yeah, so, I do. I think that this is probably the last year, whether they trade him or they release him at some point. I think that this is going to be his last year in Miami, regardless.
So either way, yeah, he leaving this year.
I think he gone either way. I mean, because ever since he walked out on the team, he quit on the team last year in the playoffs. Or was that the playoffs? The last game? Yeah, he quit on it. He basically, that's why he's not a captain this year on the team. This is the first time in his career. I think they said in a long time. I think probably since 2017 or something like that with Pat or whatever.
Probably 2018.
Yeah, this is the first time he hasn't been a captain on the team. So I think he I mean, it's clear he don't want to be there. I mean, but at the same time, he got a lot going on outside of football as it is. I mean, he just lost his mansion. He getting divorced. That lady, she cleaned him out. She cleaned him out. But at the same time, he did that to himself because you was married to her and you was having kids on her and you thought that she was just gonna stay there and you thought she was just gonna stay. You thought I'm just gonna stay, No, she was planning this the entire time, and now you gotta pay alimony, and you gotta pay child support, and you gave her the house, and I think you gotta give her $50K or something. Like you gotta pay $50K in alimony or something like that. Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's light though. You got an NFL contract. I mean,
$50K a month.
It's only gonna last so long, Bill. It's only gonna last so long.
$50K how long though? $50K a month, how long?
I have to look into it.
What do you mean? It's probably something crazy. You think it's $50K for 2 months?
Bro, he had
not 2 months, but like they be doing like a year or two or something like that.
That mansion, it's ugly. That's all we need to know.
He lost the mansion. She gotta have that.
Do what he needs to do.
So before we get in we got 2 minutes on this topic anyway. Like financial literacy wise though, like I'm gonna be honest, when you get into it though, just looking at it, he didn't really need that mansion, bro. I mean, you probably needed it now because all the kids that you had, but like overall,
that's his property.
No, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like y'all don't understand, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it G. I'm not paying $500 for a light bill, bro. I'm not doing it. Like some things is just stupid, and I ain't doing that. And I feel like having a 5-6 bedroom cool. I mean, if you're not getting off, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you're a cool person, you can still be in a gated community, have like the luxury that you want. You can still have some type of acres, but like that mansion, bro, let her have it, bro, because she probably gonna sell it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, she ain't gonna be in that bub by herself for that long. I mean, so you probably will. You're gonna enjoy it, of course, but you're gonna monetize off of that. Like, it's just, hey, you got off. You went to Miami and just had fun. And that is what it is. But on a financial tip, I mean, they gonna do what they want to do with the money. I know. I'm not gonna argue that.
He gave her a 500. He gave her a $500K check. Told her do what you want with it, and she's asking for $50K per month in spending money. Hey man, look, listen.
Be like, can you ask your brother?
Hey bro, it's cheaper than football, man. You better figure it
Who's an
out.
NFL player, bro?
Hey, look, man, I'm sorry. Hey, yeah. It's so much I want to say, but I'm be quiet. I'm cool on that, man. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, I think that when he went, I think what it was is structure here in Kansas City, and a lot of people when they go elsewhere, that's why if you realize Tyreek was more vocal and talkative down in Miami. Tyreek didn't really talk. He didn't talk too much in Kansas City because Andy Reid and them ain't playing that.
Even when Jalen Ramsey tossed up to him, he was very,
yeah, he was chill.
Because
Andy Reid was like, we ain't doing that. Yeah,
and
need structure.
What you hope is with Tyreek Hill is what we hope that doesn't happen to the rest of the wide receivers is that the pain go to their head because we all knew what he could be and what he was becoming. We kind of seen it before our very eyes. We just didn't know that it was going to eventually go to his head and later go on to ruin his career like we're just seeing right now. So it's like, and not even so much ruin, it's just put a damper on that time that he spent in Miami. Other than him making a wild card and getting bullied by L'Jarius Sneed. It hasn't been too many highlights of the career for real. He almost went for 2,000 yards, but other than that, it's been more lows than it has been highs.
They had two playoff performances because they lost.
And that's cool, but when you're not winning Super Bowls, I think it turns into it gets bigger, it gets deeper than that. And that's why he's so upset down there, especially when the guys that you were just with are still winning, and you see that you could have been a part of that. You see how much you missed out on, and it's kind of like life is passing you by and you watching it. But you got to make those decisions early. You got to know this stuff is going on. Don't just be in the moment. I know you could have made as much money as you wanted. You could reset the market, all of that, but it cost you in the long run. For real, it really did.
I think we can get 2 more years out of him before he retires. He 30? He think he's 31.
The speed ain't went nowhere.
Yeah, it ain't bad. Like, look, you put him with them over there because you have Rashee Rice, who is, he's serving as an X, whatever you want to like, how y'all go with the X's and O's and everything. But he's the outside guy that he can do your intermediate, do wherever you want. Wow, you got Worthy and Tyreek going crazy with the route running, somebody going downfield, somebody getting that. What I'm saying? We can have that. We need. I would love a version of our speed type of element that is like a McConkey and Keenan Allen, because that duo that they have over there, that go crazy. They go crazy. I watched
Xavier Worthy and Tyreek Hill in the same room.
In the same, you don't know. It don't matter where they split off to. You can't have one by themselves still.
You just better run as far as you can.
It's gonna be a fun day.
That opens up a lot for the run game too. If you got Tyreek Hill and Xavier Worthy,
but you know who gonna be the Demarcus Robinson?
I know one thing. Pat, for sure. I'll let you go, but Pat, for sure, he definitely misses throwing it 5 yards and get cribbed the rest of the way. He missed that.
Boost my stats, bro.
He missed that.
Boost my stats.
Yeah, Pat was going. He was throwing deep and everything like that. But Pat, I know Pat missed them slants. I jump it out to you 5 yards, and he cribs it. He did it majority. Look, I would miss it. I know he miss it.
It sets up. All right, he gonna crib it like this. So once you're coming up, y'all forgot I got an arm. And then I'm not worried with the pass protection that's coming together as well too. And guess who that opens up?
Travis Kelce. That's why Travis Kelce has 8 for so long.
I'm not worried about cuz. I'm not talking about him.
What you talking about Rashee Rice?
No, I'm talking about Tyquan Thornton. Because he's better in MVS. He can catch. He was a former first round pick. Yeah, you connect. What happened on that deep ball?
You get them
when it was on the money.
I don't even think Tyquan gonna see the field. If them two guys get together.
Whoa, 1, 2, 3. It's 5. Don't forget, Hollywood is in there, so it's gonna be. It's hard. Well,
I don't know.
3, Hollywood 4.
If Tyreek come back, I swear he's going number. If Rashee not here, he's gonna be number 1. Even if Rashee is here, he's going automatically just because how
told people
comfortable Mahomes is with him. And
how much people didn't believe me when I said that. I said, yeah.
Kareem Hunt came in and won us a game. You want to see something crazy? Trade Tyreek came back to the Chiefs. He won't even practice that week.
No. He don't need to.
This what Andy gonna do. He gonna have to reset his life. You coming back here? You already know what time it is. You know he gonna get your go to returning.
And I think he fine. No.
This what we gotta be on this. We gotta show this. Be quiet. Let's chill. Let's explain it. Can you come now? Can you see their perspective real quick? So we go. I just want you to see this perspective. See. Look, come on, bro. Because when he took the crit, once he started seeing the field, Alex was up him like, no, he's getting the ball immediately. It's gonna be day and night. It's cold. Just relax. This is your punishment for showing out. Go earn it back. Go punch a tube and go earn it back. You know he coming when we need it.
I know exactly.
But go to tube and earn it back. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be that will bring excitement back into it. Watching Tyreek get back in order. That's like watching him get back in order.
Remember the one in the Buffalo game in the playoff game? He get it split the two.
You know Buffalo don't want that. You know Buffalo don't want that. They don't want him back.
When you put Tyreek back for a punt and he split two defenders, he almost cribbed that one, Mike.
It's prettier than anybody because all this is what he do. Once I see that he's like a little horse. Once you see that gallop. Yeah, he about to crib it. I don't know what it is.
2 steps.
When he took, he is going. It's going. I don't know how far it's going.
I'm talking about the spin move. They run into each other. I'm like, man, if he did single-handedly put us on his back into the bro.
He missed that. That's what I'm saying, Dre. He missed that, bro. He really wants that again.
We miss it. We need it.
I'm talking myself into first round pick next year, bro. First round pick next year. No. We need a first round. I don't care, bro. I do think that he'll probably finish in Miami, but I do think next year he'll be in Kansas. It is. Yeah. They have a chance to get him for a couple more years and do it. But yeah, I'll say this for the next topic. What I was about to say as well too, because it makes sense for the running back win. But before we move on to our next topic, please make sure to
like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a like or a comment so we can reply and interact with you and make you a part of the show. If you listen to us on Spotify, please rate us 5 stars so we can increase our reach in the playlist. Follow us and all our contributors on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. If you'd like to come on and talk Chiefs, message us so we can potentially set that up. Do you enjoy written content? Subscribe to our Substack. We have both a free and a $5 a month subscription and post on there frequently. And if you have any interest in being a contributor on the writing staff, feel free to reach out and we'll be in touch. It would help support the brand if you would purchase our merch, like the shirt that I'm wearing currently. Set up an order for one of these or 2 or 3, and this will allow us to expand our inventory options. Thanks for being a part of this channel, and if there's any partner that's listening to this interested in sponsoring the show or any other content that we produce, please reach out. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the episode. Now moving to our next topic. Mahomes on the run. Sorry, y'all. This ice is good. So this was the second week in a row that Mahomes has been a leading rusher for the Chiefs. It's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of irritated with that. Like he's looking like Lamar Jackson out there. That's kind of wild. So how do the Chiefs upgrade their running back room before the trade deadline, or are we still confident that Pacheco and Hunt can figure it out? But before y'all answer, I want to say this stuff first. Me and Larry was talking about this, and I want to be real. That running game hasn't been the same since we haven't had a fullback.
I say yes. I say yes and no, but because Andy Reid didn't use a fullback a lot, we didn't really see the fullback until
Sherman had his moments. Like when we needed to like just go in a heavy set, and he having that experienced lead blocker was key. But I go into my answer. I just wanted to put that out there to lay it out for you. So I'm gonna shut up now.
I just wanted to say that I don't think that the rushing yards, Mahomes rushing yards, is indicative of the offensive line play. So before we get started on this subject, just period, I don't think that him running has anything to do with the offensive line not being able to get pushed, the offensive line not being able to open up gaps. I think that just may be him seeing rush lanes and him where he can take advantage of defenses where defenders have their back turned, and him just creating. So I don't want to start to bag on the offensive line and say that they're not doing their job because I just don't think that's true. I seen some tweets from Mitchell Schwartz today that would show me otherwise. Isaiah Pacheco just hasn't got it anymore. Absolutely, he looks like Trent Richardson. He can't find a hole. He's running into the back of his defenders, and we've seen it before. He's running up the back of tackles. Runs into Kingsley Suamatahi and Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith do the best work to push Jalen Carter about 10 yards off the ball and totally embarrass him for a first down, and Pacheco runs into Kingsley Suamatahi. So I just think you got it until you got it in the NFL. It's called not for long. That's what NFL stands for. So you may not get that second contract, and I think that's just kind of what we're seeing with Pacheco. People saying timid, people saying it may be the injury. I don't think it's any of that. I just think it's backfield vision, and some people have it and some people don't. Like Dale had a perfect point when we talked earlier off air. It was Kareem Hunt was a second round pick, and you kind of see it, especially in the way that they play. The offense is kind of centered around Kareem Hunt. He kind of knows those soft spots in the line. He knows when he can hit a run backside and when he can't. He kind of has figured it out. Pacheco has never really kind of gotten to that ilk, and I don't know if it's because that he didn't play as much. Really in that first year, like Kareem Hunt was kind of like a feature guy. He kind of had to steal the job from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I don't know what it is, but it just seems like Pacheco, he needs help, and we need help in the running back room. We need somebody that's going to be able to create in that space, because to win in this game this year, we're going to have to run the ball, because that's what all offenses are doing. It's going back to old school football. You got to be able to get a first down with the running back. You see the Buccaneers win a game on the back of Rashad White last night and Bucky Irvin. So you got to figure out a way to get first downs by pushing people off the ball and blowing people backwards. And if you don't have an adequate running back in the room to do that, then we're going to be talking about this for a long time, getting upgrades and sending off for help. But I don't know if anybody's coming. We got Elijah Mitchell. We spent that money. What's happened to that? Like, why hasn't he got a crack yet? So it's still stuff in that room. I think that things that they can throw at the wall. I think they need to try and figure it out with some stuff in-house before they start searching around out of house, because they done signed some guys and brought some people in that room they probably necessarily didn't have to make the team. So let's see what we have before I say we start going and try and figure out what's going on in the running back room. But I definitely don't like what I've been seeing from Pacheco at all. His RB1.
And Elijah Mitchell has been active as well too, by the way, for both games.
Well, Dale, when we drafted Pacheco, I was one of them people I pointed this out day one. I didn't like Dale. He is proof in the group. I said it because everybody was talking about Pacheco. He the new guy and everything like that. And I've said it from day one. There's no vision. There's no vision. Even if he had glasses on, if he had a prescriptive visor, I still don't think he'd be able to hit these holes and follow these blockers. It's just not there. And it's a reason why he was a 7th round pick. I like Pop. He was serviceable. He did what he did. He helped win some Super Bowls in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for your services. But you have reached your ceiling as a 7th rounder in Kansas City. Like, it's pretty bad. I get it. Like, a lot of people say that, Andy Reid and them are loyal to their guys and everything like that, and you want to constantly give them chances and everything. But it's kind of telling when Elijah Mitchell is inactive and we're still struggling on offense. I mean, we struggled week 1. They didn't consider activating Elijah Mitchell. They not even considering giving much. I think
Who you say?
Smith.
Oh yeah, okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah. But they're not even considering giving him extra touches. So I get Lonnie saying, they kind of they need to see what's in house first. I think they already know what they got. and it ain't that. I mean, we got
I got
two
some
seventh
wild
rounders.
though.
We got 2 7th rounders as running backs, and then we got a 29-year-old running back who basically is a goal line back, and he's a goal line. He's basically a goal line back now, and third down and goal line. That's what he is. Kareem Hunt is averaging 3.6 yards a carry. Pacheco is averaging 3.1. They both have 47 yards apiece, and it still don't add up to what Patrick Mahomes has in 2 games. Watching Pat Mahomes scramble for that touchdown on Sunday, that was when he threw the ball, that's frustration because he's out there doing it by himself. He ain't got nobody. It's nobody out there, bro. Like yes, Pat overthrowing. I've seen it. He's been overthrowing a lot. I've seen it. He's not used to that. He's trying to get that chemistry down and everything. And I still think he don't trust the line a little bit because he's rushing. He's rushing still. But at the same time, bro, Pat know he ain't got nobody. He don't. He ain't got. I know he if Pat Mahomes could sleep until Rashid Rice or Xavier Worthy came back, I think he would. If he could sleep until they came back that game, he would. Because I mean, Hollywood Brown cool, but hell, he scared me when he was limping to the sideline. I was like, oh man, it's bad. But to basically be relying on 2 7th round running backs and old Kareem Hunt as your running back, that's a bad recipe. And that goes back to what I was saying over the summer going into the draft. Get a skilled player early. No. But now what we need, though, a skill player. We need that skill player. We need him now, whether it's a receiver or a running back. We need one of them. No. But Omar, he did get a sack. He got a sack. But we need a running back or a receiver. We need something right now. And Omar can't come to the offense. He can't come to that side. So, yeah, like I said, when Pat scrambled for that touchdown on Sunday and he threw that ball, yeah, that is frustration. I know y'all been at work. Y'all been working a job before, and y'all know y'all the best at what y'all do with y'all job. And ain't nobody pulling no weight. Ain't nobody helping. But you still getting the job done. After a while, you're going to be like, hey, can I get some help around this month? Like, and that's what it is, bro. So, yeah, that's literally what it is. And that it's come to a point in time where we got to start asking. And I said this before, the nickel and diamond shopping in the thrift store when it comes to the skilled players and the free agents. At some point in time, we got to start hitting on these free agents, man. And go ahead, Lonnie.
But we knew this was going to be the way. When we looked at Pat's contract, right, y'all? Let's keep it G. We knew eventually it was going to become a point in time where he was going to have to do this. Because this has how the contract was set up. It was going to come a point in time where you was going to be making so much money where we can only nickel it. Like, it was going to become a point in time where you're going to have to put the team on your back. So you need to win right now because they always said that too, right? Was that not always the theory about past contract, the 10-year deal? Eventually,
I mean, they could basically like
it's gonna get hard.
They can get like stopgaps players that can come. I mean, Brett Veach had to draft well. Yeah, and Brett Veach had to of course.
But I'm just saying,
get that deal done as soon as possible. But
was set up though. That's not. Yeah. That's how the contract was set up. It was set up to pay him more as he got older. And that the team was going to have less resources to allocate to free agency. So,
but it is predicting the cap hit going forward, though. It is like each year, like he was like an analytical guy in that aspect. That's why he feel like he going into these, he doing these particular things and like, all right, he got Rashid Rice and Xavier Worthy. I kind of mess with it, but I'm gonna finish your point. Like I go into that when I talk.
We already knew that he needed to obtain picks in order to elongate his career because eventually the resources were going to be slim to none when it came to money to pay free agency. So he hasn't hit on as many picks as he has in previous years. He did good in that one draft, but now those picks are starting to their third year time around. They're starting not to look as good as what they looked when they went to back Super Bowls. So we have to just like I get what y'all saying as far as like it's been scarce and it's slim to no resources in it. We nickel and diamond, but we kind of knew that that's what it was gonna be. So if we knew that's what it was gonna be, then who we putting this on? And that's when I start to light that fire on Brett Beach, because it's like you gotta get those, you gotta be able to keep that door revolving, and you have to keep it at a high level. And you haven't been able to keep it at a high level lately. Like you run dudes like MVS in, you run dudes like Kadarius Toney in, you run dudes like Scott Moore in. So yeah, he feel like he ain't got nobody because that was his wide receiver core for the last 3 years.
He drafted Clyde. He drafted Clyde over Jonathan Taylor.
And hindsight is always 2020, but
no, not Clyde. I get it. They won the national championship that year. The Bengals, I mean, the LSU Tigers high. You want to try to get every piece off of that team. Clyde, no. We knew that.
That was your boy's fault, though. He asked for him. He did ask for him.
He did ask for him. So, I wouldn't ask for him. But whatever.
But if you seen what he did in that, I showed them what he did in that.
He was balling. He was balling.
Hold on. But this is all I'm gonna say, because now I get to go into the point. I'm gonna be real. They had a chance to get J.K. Dobbins. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there. Y'all had him in a room one time. It would have been cool. You see what he doing with the Broncos. You had a chance. Like, you did have opportunities to bring guys in. You just said, I'm gonna just go ahead and be cheap. So we could have like been like, oh yeah, like we could have been teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, where it's like, we're not going to be dumb. If you were to be able to add on to this roster and be able to help us win a Super Bowl, especially with Patrick Mahomes, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, Jalen Hurts haven't thrown a touchdown pass in like 6 games or whatever, like they said, right? Like, he haven't threw a touchdown pass all season as well, too. 2-0. And they still kind of, they look effective as an offense. So overall, I think, you know, the whole point we're trying to make is they still bringing in people. They don't stop. He has to kind of feel like that as well, too. But that's when I think, all right, yeah, you can go get Tyreek Hill. But I start having that conversation with myself again. Why do you let him go in the first place? Could you not still have gotten a Rashee Rice and a Xavier Worthy still?
You don't get somebody, but I don't know who it is, because the picks that we got.
You got DeMarcus Robinson and them like that's gonna leave as well too. So I'm saying
with those picks, we got picks back for Tyreek Hill. Now some of those picks are no longer in the league. Like I think one of them is like Darian Kennard. Some of them are like Bud, but I think we don't have somebody that helps us win a Super Bowl if we don't trade Tyreek Hill.
McDuffie, ain't it one McDuffie?
Yeah, I think
we use those to move up.
Yeah, because overall, like, you know, it did. We are able to get something out of it.
But it's a possibility that we might not even keep McDuffie, because McDuffie gonna want to get paid next summer.
Yeah.
He might not even be a Chief next year.
We gotta see how that goes.
So then you ask yourself, why'd you get rid of Tyreek Hill, like you said?
But just staying on the running back position part of it, something has to work. I mean, when you look at the play, and what we talked about as well too. Mr. Shorts, we all saw the play as well. Why isn't it first thought? Like, not even like we could get to the vision part, but why not first thought if the run is designed that way? Even if Kingsley does get obliterated or not, right? He still has him underneath. You just need to worry about getting to that hole. You know, you're not. You're gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad when I say that first round pick that you did use on Clyde. He is better. I'm gonna be honest, bro. When you look, I had to look at it and you see as a running back.
What did I say?
Better.
Oh, man.
He's better, bro.
Oh my God,
he's better, bro.
I love it. I love it when I hear people say something I've been saying since day one when we got Pacheco. And people thought I was hating.
I think people was mad about the injury because I don't think if you heard it, I don't think I never really argued with you about it, because I was the one on side. Like, if you look at it, like Clyde, he didn't have that push on a goal line, but he had that. Even though he's short, little big, whatever y'all want to call him, he had that little bounce where it's like, okay, get there. I gotta get to this hole. I see it. Pacheco is just you're a crash out. No, we need you to find the hole. We need you to hit it. I don't need you to make contact every time. I need you to try to get around the defender to try to get a touchdown. We always try to go into something. And when you see it in real time, I'm not even gonna lie. We blaming Kareem Hunt. And I know we're saying as well too. Both running backs, they have the same amount of yardage. And at the same time, total that is still not more than Mahomes. Kareem Hunt came into this year knowing that he was supposed to be the third down back, the backup coming in at that time. I don't think his usage is meant to be right now, because I want y'all to go back and look at a couple plays that he had when he converted the first down. He had a little bit more anger, a little bit more chirpiness in the game, because it's like I felt slight irritation from him as well too. What are we supposed to use Pacheco as? You're supposed to be that burst, that boost that we have, right? He doesn't have that pop anymore. That's why we call you Pop, right? We need to use your pop. We need you to be able to find those gaps, follow those lead guys.
Listen, but hold on before because I want people to understand, like, because I'm looking at Pacheco's strengths and weaknesses on his draft combine. His weaknesses: running style lacks rhythm and cohesion, hurried nature, creation patience, and allowing for block development. That is the problem. Struggles to hit points of entry with proper timing. Too quick to bounce a run wide in early stages. Yes, like that is the issue.
Kind of seen it. Yep. I used a couple. Like, this is not even trying to get on him because it's not saying he's bad. It's just when you think about it, you see the type of runs that he had. You kind of seeing that. Why are you going so wide? Like, you just like, it's like he doesn't have that control, that body control. He is running wild.
It's kind of like he's angry. He just get going and he can't stop. But I would say with Clyde too. Clyde, he was good, but Clyde went through a stint where he couldn't stay healthy. Then he went through a stint where he was not holding on to the ball, and it was a microcosm of things that lost Clyde his job. It was a reason that he's no longer RB1 in Kansas City too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he did have some highlights. He really came on really last year, like when he caught that pass in the end zone from Mahomes. Like, other than that, it was like he had a run in Buffalo in the playoffs. Like, it was a run in Buffalo where it was like, okay, Clyde got a little bit of burst. But other than that, it was all Pop, for real, since Pop been on the team. And Clyde was just there to do certain stuff on passing downs and maybe get a shovel pass here and there, do specialty stuff. But other than that, I don't know about him being RB1 and just being a full-time starter. I do just want to say this about Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt does his job and does it extremely well. If we thought Kareem Hunt was going to come in here and be an everyday down back and get 5 yards of carry, then y'all are smoking, bro. So I be getting what everybody be saying about they only getting 3 yards, this, but we didn't expect Kareem Hunt to come here and be who he was when we first drafted him. We expect him to be a good third down back, be serviceable, and at least get what he doing, 3 yards of carry, whatever you was doing in Cleveland, and just a little bit, maybe a little bit more, because we know you can catch the ball here. So, and that's what he's done. Only thing I think we haven't done is unleash him for real and say, you know what, Pacheco, you're gonna be featured. Period. I'm sorry, it's over. Like, Kareem, you just take it over. It's yours again. Like, until you say you want to come out 10, you gotta. I'm sorry. I know you won the Super Bowls. I know you done put the team on your back before. I know it's been yours for the past 3 years, but it's over.
I'm be honest.
It's his now.
This was the game that I think that Kareem Hunt might be featured more than Pacheco, because I think they're about to see, like, hey, let's see the rhythm of the offense. Because especially if Xavier Worthy is back, we know he have that brace on as well too. I know that we're talking about, it's 3 yards of carry, but I want y'all to know,
3.
in 2 plays, 3.6, nearly 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
3. You say they run twice and he's getting those 3 yards of carry. It's 3rd and 4. It's a manageable third down situation. That's what we want to get into. We want to be above the sticks. You know, we want to be ahead of it. And the type of runner he is, he's moving forward. So as long as he's not ruining the momentum of the offense, which I'm not gonna lie, even though we seemed stagnant last season, but he was the reason why we fought through. Because when we needed to lean on something and get something going, just hand Tuna on the ball and let him go straight. We'd play off of that, play action, roll out, quick pass, boom, get down the field. I know we're kicking field goals in and there. We were relying on the defense. It seemed like the defense is starting to figure it out a little bit more to stop an offense like that and keep them at their lowest point margin as well too. The first since that happened in 2021, okay, that's on the up and up. Pass rush is still horrible as for the 4-man front, but great. Okay, the DBs is covering better. Awesome, great. But offensively, I know y'all want to rush. I'm sorry, we do this to ourselves. This is what happens when you're successful. Everybody is waiting for it to happen. All eyes is on you to make you a little bit nervous, right? It's too much. You're not going to have it until Rashid Rice is back after his suspension. You're going to be getting Xavier Worthy, who was injured. So you're going to be cautious with him. We're trying to wheel Hollywood Brown past his point so we can see what's going on. I think that's why. I'm going to be honest. The offense is bad, and I know we're angry at the offensive coordinator because I think why people keep on talking about EB is it's a different type of fire that he lit. That's all people are trying to say. Sometimes it's not about the coach and what other friendship that they had. It's about the results of what's going on. 2022. Nagy did come back. He was the quarterback coach, but who was the offensive coordinator? Yeah. 5,250 yards. 41 touchdowns. Man, disappeared. We need somebody to say, run the ball. All right. The run is going to set it up, Andy. He don't have that person no more. Kept him honest. Y'all having too much fun. Oh, well, let's do this. We're going to have a good time. No.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
we got to keep it together.
When you really think about it, when you really think about it as a player, like, and you on the football field, would you rather mess up on a play and have to deal with Eric Bieniemy getting on you, or mess up on a play and you get McNaghy? It's all right. We get him next time. Because Eric Bieniemy gonna sit there and say, if Travis Kelce that pass that Travis Kelce dropped that was in the end zone, Eric Bieniemy
him and EB would have been face
they would have been fighting. They would have been fighting
because
sure. Eric Bieniemy was like, what are you doing? You good? Do you want to play?
Are you cool? You ready to retire?
Yeah, no,
right now.
But I ain't gonna say that because they said Matt Nagy called out Juwan Taylor, so but we gonna see.
I heard that. That was you had to.
Call out your quarterback for missing in the first. Like I want to see you and him get into it, like him and EB got into it.
Yeah,
you're right though. We need to, even though we're going to protect and defend Pat. We still love that about EB because you need it. Because Pat gonna go out there, yeah, coach. You know we all good, all that. Because he's a professional. He know what it is. He's been in this environment the whole time. I know you want the guy that's going to let you do whatever. That's everybody. But when you have a stern teacher, somebody who still has that great relationship with you, somebody that still relates to you, you still look past that. You know,
structure.
That structure. You know, I mean, that's why a lot of guys like going back to Andy Reid as well too. Even though it seems like he lacks day school. I mean, he is a guy who typically get people back on a narrow path, going in the right direction. We just need that stern nature to be able to keep these guys on track. And to be honest, Eric Bieniemy, when he was a running back coach, right? He was really important in the development of Isaiah Pacheco. So it really tells you about what is that running back coach doing? because Matt Nagy don't care about rent. You know, everybody got their specialty. He's going to be with Pat all day. They're probably talking about what they eat for dinner and lunch. You know, like that type of relationship. Airbnb, nah, I'm over here with them. You with Andy because Andy about to you know Andy putting you to work. he on the pad. Yeah, we going through it. I think that's where that structure and balance kind of when you got sometimes you gotta go deep into it and really see. And that's why within this conversation, running back coach, why we lacking? Why they not looking as great? They don't have that person gonna be on them. But overall, really, I don't know how what moves they can really make right now. It's not really any out there that is as interesting or appealing. So I think overall, it's just gonna take looking at film and the understanding, like, hey, Kareem Hunt might need to be that guy that's be like, Pop, you need to follow that play going this way. All right, stop getting too happy. Relax. Sometimes you need that conversation. Don't be scared. He talking about a grown man job. He needs some learned teaching. You old. I'm here to help you.
I will say underrated departure that people tend to forget about is Mike Kafka.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Short said.
Yep.
Yeah, Kafka. Like
everything is pointing. What's like sad to me? I mean, I just want to leave it here. Everything is pointing to Mahomes was that spoiled, rich white kid that that's not used to having no structure and nobody saying.
I want to say that
and getting on them cheeks. Because let's be honest, it was a reason that Eric Bieniemy was not wanted around anymore, and it probably was because people didn't see eye to eye. Some people are willing to step into the fire and able to deal with that. So I don't know. It's just starting to really kind of show a lot.
I don't think Pat was scared of that.
I'm not saying he was scared of it. I'm saying that's probably not what he liked.
No, I think they was prepared for it because the whole talk was for EB to go be a head coach anyway. So I think they was really ready for that departure because he was deserving of that for what he did in that tenure. They had 3 championships. It was time, bro.
But we also heard the relationship had got hyperbolic.
No, we heard that when Tyreek Hill win after that Bengals game and everything like that. Who left?
Yeah,
the guy who's making the most. No, for real. The guy who's making the most noise over there, right?
Yeah, they said Bieniemy was in there too. It was a big argument
because Airbnb is that type of coach. He is that guy. He's going to be in the middle of it because he feel like he has to do that. Like if I'm going to be on you, I'm the one who's leading you in that direction. Somebody got to hold you accountable.
Let me put it like this:
What?
the argument in Indianapolis told me everything I need to know. It was after that we knew it was coming to KC for Airbnb. Period. Point blank. It was over.
But what happened that next year? He was an MVP and a Super Bowl winner and a Super Bowl MVP.
He was, and that was fine because he was a year removed from getting all that discipline, and it was like a breath of fresh air. It was fine. It was good. It was rejuvenating to have Matt Nagy. But I'm just saying, some people really need that, and I don't think he liked that. He don't seem like he. You can thrive. Yes, you can thrive without it. Yes, I get what you're saying, Dale. But I think you a guy that need it more than you don't need it. Is what you don't know. Especially because you get so lackadaisical with your mechanics and all this other stuff. You can't have nobody that's your best friend. You need somebody that's going
to I agree.
And I kind of agree. And it makes sense when you think about it because, I mean, the issue that a lot of people have with Kansas City right now is they don't run the ball. With Bieniemy was gonna make sure you ran the ball. But it's Pat is like, no, I'm throwing this damn ball. So I'm gonna throw the ball. So
like
I don't care what y'all want to do, I want to throw it.
And it's time for him to be like, no.
Who gonna tell Pat no in Kansas City?
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it G. If y'all want to no, bro, we're not doing that, bro.
Think Nagy gonna tell Pat no?
No,
Andy Reid, maybe.
I will go there in particular. I'll be the no man. It is 1st and 10. We on the 45-yard line. Run the ball. Run. Hand it off. Actually get it out of formation. But because we in a conversation now, we about to move forward. activate Carson Steele. You on the fullback. We about to go back into some old school stuff. Y'all going back into. Y'all don't punish me. Y'all don't know how to act. We going back to two wide receivers on the side. Tight end Kelsey. Better yet, we're gonna do two tight ends at that. Kelsey and Noah Gray. That fullback, yeah. It's not getting pretty. We're going 44 dive, 32, 38, 40 sweep.
They can run that with Alex Smith. They ain't running that with Pat.
Nah. No, you better throw the ball downfield on this play action. I'm going Madden. Play action, post curl, post fade. You better go do it. Post middle, yeah. You better hit him on stride.
Y'all make Pat mad. Y'all make Pat mad. Make him mad enough. He goes
going to Texas
and be like, "Hey, I want out of Kansas City.
I'm going to Texas."
Let me go call Jerry.
Man, y'all act like Pat. Y'all act like Pat. Y'all act like Pat really that tight, man. I can't.
Two tries. You see what he did with Micah, bro. He'll send you packing on us.
Man, Pat fine.
Out of Dallas.
He'd be good. He know what's up. Overall, it's just more so that you need to really have that balance in the game. And if you want to be that veteran quarterback like Tom Brady, what made him at GOAT status, you got to be able to run his offense without a guy like Eric Bieniemy. You haven't got that responsibility yet. We don't feel comfortable with you doing it yet. If we saying what we have right now and we don't trust Matt Nagy and we feel like you're the guy who does this right now and feel like you will have some type of pool, it's still not doing enough, right? So something has to give. Something has to happen anywhere. But anything else y'all want to say before we go ahead and get into these game predictions, though? All right. Let's go ahead and move to our last topic. So we got game predictions. So what is your score prediction for this upcoming matchup against the Giants on Sunday Night Football, and who will stand out on the offense and defensive side of the ball?
Yeah. So I think the Chiefs win here 24-17. I think they win by a touchdown. It's still going to be close. Russell Wilson and them just played an absolutely stupendous game against the Cowboys, scoring 35 points. So I'm hoping that the Chiefs we can see the same defense that we've seen against the Eagles, and they come out really with their hair on fire and ready to stop something. So I'm thinking that that's the Chiefs that we'll get showing up, especially a team that's motivated and ready to go after starting the season 0-2. They really need a win here to change the tide of the season. I know people keep showing the stat that it's a 12% chance of teams to start the season 0-2 to make the playoffs, but we all know that the Chiefs just totally defeat and are anomalies when it comes to percentages and things that are not in their favor. So I think the Chiefs get a win here, 24-17. I think offensively, we get to finally see a sighting of Xavier Worthy. I don't know how much of him we see, but I think he makes a big enough impact to where we okay, we missed him. This is the guy that we needed to kind of put us over the hump, especially the way that they talked about him. And then I think that we get a big game on defense from Chris Jones. I know he's motivated. We've been talking about it. The pass rush is null and void. We haven't seen it at all. You're going to have to get home with 4. You need to get Russell Wilson on the ground. He's had great games against Spagnuolo when he was with Denver, almost beating the Chiefs several times. So I really just want to see if the Chiefs are able to kind of cause some havoc, get in the backfield, mess some plays up. They have Mike Kafka, the guy that Mitchell Schwartz says we're missing so much. So I want to see how he fares against Steve Spagnuolo, if he can scheme him up and get some things going and roll it against Steve Spagnuolo and kind of have some answers, or Spag's going to have his guys ready and now coach them. So I'm curious and interested to see how this goes. It's going to be Spags is back in New York. I don't know. Has he played back in New York since he's been with the Chiefs? I think it's going to be his first time back in New York. I think he's from New York as well too.
We played the Jets. We played the Jets.
But we played the Jets, but never played the Giants. So I'm interested to see how it goes. But I think that the Chiefs get a win here, 24-17, the first one of the season. And I think that the Xavier Worthy we has a sighting early, and then on defense, Chris Jones kind of finds a way to rear his head and get a sack.
I just want to win. If we don't win on Sunday, like I said in one of my tweets yesterday, I said that if we don't win Sunday night, prime time in New York, I think that there needs to start to be rumblings of a new voice in the locker room. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. But a head coach. That's just me. I've been saying it. I've been saying it the last couple of weeks. That's just me though. I personally think that we'll get the win, but I think it'll be a Butker game-winning field goal. So I think we could possibly 25, 23, something like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be a close game. I think so. Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors they coming off a phenomenal game against the Cowboys. The Cowboys secondary, which Cowboys secondary ain't that bad, but they just don't get the pass rush is an issue now. But yeah, I think we win 25-23. I need to see something. I got to see some type of explosiveness. I need to see. I don't want to see the overthrows and everything like that. I need to see focus. I hope that this game against the Eagles, they lost. We had it. We was there. Butker missed a field goal. Pat overthrowing people. Travis Kelce dropping passes and everything like that in the end zone and causing interceptions. 25-23 Kansas City. My standout on offense, obviously, I think this is going to be a Kareem Hunt game. Kareem Hunt, they got to get the running backs going. Kareem Hunt and Pacheco, but I think Kareem Hunt gonna have the better game out of the running backs. And on defense, I need to see something from the pass rushers. The secondary did their job on Sunday. Spags don't need to be blitzing. No, if Spags got to blitz every game to get pressure on the quarterback, that is a problem.
Call them out. Chris Jones and George Karlaftis, they got paid.
What are we paying Karlaftis for? Because Karlaftis is rated for the first 2 games of the season. He's rated as one of the worst DNs in football. He's graded as one of the worst DNs. He has the 14th highest contract as a DN or something like that. But yeah, he's rated as one of the worst DNs in football right now. That's why I was a little questioning as to why we signed him early, but I kind of get why Veach did it. I mean, if you suck now, I mean, I ain't got to pay you later when you get you out of here. So, but at the same time, like, yeah, I don't know, but I need to see something from the pass rushers. That's just, but yeah, I do think we win though, 25-23 though.
I actually got, I know that we are 0-7 against the Giants, especially in their
they never won
in New York. So it's a first for everything, right? But I think when the time is now, due to the urgency I feel of the season as well too. 0-3. I wouldn't say I'm on that level of what you're saying, like, get a new head coach due to the fact that I don't even think we about to even be like that. I think right now, especially with seeing Xavier Worthy pacing, making himself get prepared to be out there on Sunday, I think that shows that they're trying to elevate in some way of saying like, hey, if we do want to be in contention later on down the season, it's time to do that right now. And if we feel like we're going to be better when Rashid Rice get back, we want all our guys there so we can have the best chance of a run. Because with what's going on, what we're seeing in the NFL right now, availability is the best ability, and whoever's going to be the healthiest is going to be the teams who really represent each side of the conference. Because right now, how the Chiefs is looking in those first 2 games, we look like we're mediocre. We look like anyone can handle us. We don't look like the dynasty that everyone was raving about. So what you going to do about that? So they got to go out here and get a 27-17 victory. I think they do have to have a dominating performance. I do think like we have to go in there and feel like we have control of the game. I know what Malik Neighbors and Russell Wilson did last week. But like you said, like both of you said, the pass rush got to do something. They got to. I know we're calling out Chris Jones, we're calling out George Karlaftis. I'm going with Charles Omenihu on the defensive side of the ball. I need you to wake up. You had that 2-year deal. I think we end up giving him a 1-year deal after that as well too. Come back for this 1 year, right? So I think he need to step up and show why did we give you that money? Why should we keep you long term? So we don't need that. We don't need that blitz coming in every time for us to get to the passer. We need y'all to be able to collapse that pocket. We need y'all to be able to speed up that clock, speed up the time. That way, when we do have our linebackers on the back end, it's not allowing that middle of the field to be so wide open, right? We're able to lock everything up. Let's get cover sacks if we can as well too. Because we're not even doing that. We're allowing them to really get outside the pocket, either throw it away or even get some yardage to go forward. We need to be able to, do what Omar Norman Lott did last week. Get a clothesline on him coming in when he thinks he's about to take off. We need that from everybody going forward. So I think on the defensive side of the ball, Charles Omenihu need to step up because secondary did their part. And they're going to give you opportunities to get covered sacks. But I need y'all to get there within 3 to 4 seconds. I need y'all to be able to make him feel like, oh, I'm uncomfortable in here. That's going to be able to keep that offense in check and be able to also give our offense some time as well too to of course get some breath on the sideline and be able to go out there and capitalize. Then on the offensive side of the ball, who's going to stand out the most? It looks ugly. This used to never be so hard. My God, not there. I ain't gonna lie. And you can't say Xavier Worthy when he's coming back from an injury and he's gonna have a brace on it, right? I think it's gonna probably connect with Tyquan Thornton the most out of the receivers. I think that chemistry ends up somehow coming together. And what I mean is they gonna connect early on. Instead of missing him on the first throw, I'm going to go ahead and say, once he feel it downfield, once I see him do that little step up and wind up, he has the time in the pocket, you should be hitting wide receiver, let's be honest. It feels like in every other game in the league, once you see a quarterback have time and they just latch it up, it feels like their guys coming down with it. It has been a higher percentage of that. But when you see us, it's like, we don't get nothing. We got to get across the middle. We got to set it up. We got to, have this deep rollout, do a little bit extra. Why can't we just do a regular 3-step drop back? Y'all get some separation, get open, and you able to connect with them downfield. I think that happens on Sunday, though. Because I think it's coming together, and I think it's going to be on the strength of the offensive line really saying we're going to band it together and, stand up. I think with Kingsley being in the inside now is allowing him to kind of figure it out, but he did get blown up a couple times. But it don't look as ugly though because he had the guard position, right? It's not as horrendous. However, that's where he's going to have to build that confidence. But if it continues looking as bad, Caliendo might be the one who has to step in eventually. And I don't know. Oh, never mind, not Caliendo. Jalen Moore. And I will want that.
He getting free money right now.
Actually, Jalen Moore did. I don't know if y'all saw it out there. He went out there a little tackle when Josh Simmons was out for a little bit. So he did get some time out there. And he didn't look bad. I saw him actually hold his own for a little bit. So seeing how this go, and if Jawan Taylor can hold up on Sunday Night Football as well, I think if he can just feel the confidence, if he can just be like, okay, let me sit back here and actually let y'all go to work. Let them go at it with the defensive line. And he's getting a 5 to 7 seconds. Let me go ahead and go out there and, of course, say it. But I had the final score as 27-17. So, yep.
I do have a question though before we go. What makes y'all so confident? What makes y'all think it's gonna be any different with Worthy out there? Because we had Worthy all last year in this offense.
Well, I just feel like
no.
the jump that you make from your first year to your second year is like super drastic. We see it with all NFL players. We only seen them for 2 plays, literally 2 plays, right? So I wouldn't put too much stock into what we seen in him last year. I would just wait to.
No, I'm talking about just as I'm not talking about him as a. I'm talking about the offense as a whole.
I just think because it's like as far as like leverage, just knowing like where you are, like because I know Hollywood is good, right? But Hollywood hasn't played with Mahomes in live game action. So like when the Bullets is live and you seeing coverage is totally different from when you played you only played in the playoffs and you only seen so many. Like I feel like just the way they use Xavier Worthy, like. He's not. We can't even use Hollywood Brown in that same way. You're not coming across on the motion, going in the backfield, circling around Mahomes, running out on the side for a like. He's gonna be more effective just because he has the ability to touch the ball more within the offense. Like you see the game plan that was built around him, the handoff. Like you could already tell kind of where it was going. He was probably gonna touch the ball within those first 4 or 5 plays.
I mean, he took advantage of his opportunities last season as well too. I mean, he was at a point like one of the leading scorers on the team. I mean, he was getting into the end zone. So I don't think we're necessarily saying that it's going to be just just that tremendously different. I think when it's going to be tremendously different, who's the guy I've been raving about the whole time is Rashee Rice. That's when you're going to see it really go into the next level because I think that's when the machine is going to operate how they want it to operate. When you're missing some pieces, it's going to be a little bit slow, right? It's going to move in a different way. And with Xavier Worthy being a rookie last season, I think he was just finding his way coming into his own. I was actually comfortable with him taking over and within that Rashee Rice role coming into the office right now while he was out because he didn't get hurt last year. I know he's a small guy, but durability wise, like he was taking a hit, he was fine. I just think just going full speed, not aware what's going on. I know people saying like that's the football field all the time. No, it's kind of different when you're seeing a guy about to tackle. You can brace for it. It wasn't no brace for this at all. Yeah, he was literally trying to get it, bring it in, and get loose. And I think that's what we was about to see on that play. If Kelsey just got out the way, you was gonna see him get the ball, get the first down. You're gonna see that drive be extended right there. And I honestly think we could have probably went down the field in that first possession and scored. Because I do think they do. I know we do want to be a passing offense, but with all the jet motion getting out, creating space, seeing how those certain how the secondary is being set up, what coverage is that we have. That allows Mahomes to actually read the defense a little bit better as well, too, right? So when you're kind of missing a guy who knows everything, and Hollywood Brown, you is more so just getting accustomed to it. All right, we okay. You will have your moments because he had his certain moments throughout the season last year once he came in towards the end of the season, and he was just like figuring it out. And they was getting through it. I mean, when you look at the playoffs, yeah, I mean, they did enough to get to the Super Bowl, right? They put 32 up in the AFC Championship game. Was it that bad? They fed Kareem Hunt. They fed the running backs. So you're gonna have to get him going early as well too. So I think it can happen, and I think that's what we're gonna see on Sunday as well. I think they're going to go into the game plan to where they don't have takes like what Dre said. Looking at new leadership going forward the next year, we're going to go ahead and dead that argument right now and say, hey, this was an accidental slow start.
We ain't the Bengals, bro. Bengals is the only team to be starting slow. This is uncharted territories, bro. They better figure it out.
I understand. Sometimes you got to sit through these type of moments, I would say. And it's humbling. And I think
we ain't started 0-2 since 2014.
Yeah, weather the storm. It's gonna get greater later. It's not like we got Alex Smith no more. Come on now.
I think overall, it's not.
When we start winning and when we make it to the playoffs and we go to the Super Bowl, don't get on here. Don't celebrate with us.
It's not. But look, it's not our fault though.
No,
honestly,
that's all I'm saying.
It's
it's
sometimes
bad right now.
Everybody has because of the bandwagon fans, bro. That's all.
It's bad right now.
We just gotta weather it.
It's bad. Jump off.
This is what comes with success.
Exactly. Get
But
off.
anything y'all want to add to this before we go ahead?
We better not go 0-3.
If we do, I'm still with the boys. I'm still rocking with us.
We
We
got,
still
we
making
gotta have
the
to rock
playoffs,
the
and we
whole
still winning the
season.
Super
I mean,
Bowl.
yeah, I was around 2-14 season, so I mean,
Exactly.
it is what it is. But I mean, at
We
some
started
point in
1-5
time,
one
man,
year. We started 1-5 one year, and that was impossible to get back from. And they did it. So
Yep. So
maybe them ticket prices will go down, man, if we keep losing. I'm
that's
trying to
cool.
go to a game.
Everybody go to the game. Yep. That's cool too.
in the Patrick Mahomes era, it's
Yep.
never that. But that's all what we have for this edition of chiefin. We definitely appreciate everyone for, of course, tapping in with us and having a good time. Make sure to, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We on the road to 500. We'll be doing a giveaway once we get to it as well too, so y'all can sign up for that raffle and get that going. Also, make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media as well too. We on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, all that good stuff. So make sure to, of course, show some love there. We got our daily newsletter that goes out Monday through Friday as well too. So make sure to check that out and tap in. So we definitely appreciate it. We'll be having that Pick 6 article coming up towards the end of the week before that Sunday night football game, and then also I'll be doing my extra point video as well too, and we'll be doing that post game and that post game breakdown as well. So make sure to check that out as that comes out. But that's all we have for y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all for showing the love. And y'all know how we like to close it out, fellas. And as always, go Chiefs.
Thanks for checking out this update straight from the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. We appreciate your passion, so please leave a like and follow us wherever you tune in from. See you next tailgate, your trusted source for all things Chiefs, Red Kingdom Media.